January 12th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets for this all-ages show range
robots the size of blood cells, Earth-like planets outside the solar system, science fiction.
No, science faction.
Join us, Seth Shostak and
Molly Bentley and
KSJE Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. for Big Picture Science.
Big Picture Science steps back to get the wide-angle view on science and technology.
So think big. Big Picture Science, Saturdays at 8 a.m.
on KSJE, the information and cultural beacon of the Four Corners.
On the Media is all about print, broadcast, and the internet.
And civil liberties, we do a lot on that.
The show is about technological utopia and creepy dystopia.
Law and lawbreakers.
Blowhards and liars.
Mainly, though, On the Media is about an hour. Please spend it with us.
Saturday mornings at 7 on KSJE Farmington. This program is supported by San Juan Health Partners Urology, providing a wide range of personalized services for the whole family, including children. Our caring professionals are dedicated to helping meet your urology health needs with skill, experience, and service you need. For a complete listing of our services and to learn more, visit sanjuanhealthpartners.com or call 505-609-6300. San Juan Health Partners Urology, a division of San Juan Regional Medical Center. .836 Monday morning here on KSJE. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in this morning, and a special good morning to our viewers who are watching us on the KSJE Facebook page and YouTube channel. We're showing you a picture of the sunrise here at San Juan College as the spring 2019 semester gets underway. Classes have started here about 6 minutes ago. The hallways are bit empty this morning, but here's a live picture of our Math Science Hall right outside of our visual radio studio here at San Juan College. Some folks still making their way to their classes today. Weather forecast, we are expecting maybe some drizzle this afternoon with a mostly cloudy Monday in store. 39 for a high in Farmington today. Cloudy skies tonight with a low of 30. Then more chances for rain or snow showers tomorrow and again on Wednesday. 43 for a high tomorrow. 33 with snow showers in the forecast for Tuesday night. And 44 for a high on Wednesday with more chances for rain or snow showers as well. Taking a look, a bit warmer maybe on Thursday, but still temperatures lingering right around the 40s until about Sunday when the high only reaches about 35 degrees and more chances for rain or snow overnight again in the nighttime hours of Thursday and Friday. That's a look at the forecast. Monday morning here on KSJE, and you're listening to the Scott Michlin Morning Program. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in, 90.9 FM, and a special welcome to our viewers who are watching us this morning on the KSJE Facebook page and YouTube channel. It is day one of the spring semester here at San Juan College, and so that means we always welcome to the KSJE microphones the president of San Juan College, Dr. Tony Hopper-Pendergrass, who is here with me in Studio A this morning. Dr. Pendergrass, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. And another great semester off and running, right?
Yes, it is.
Off we go. And it's always exciting for me as an adjunct instructor and also an employee of San Juan College to see the activity that picks up with the start of school and students going to class or looking for their classes or just looking and having dreams and goals and how the college helps them achieve those.
The parking lots surely are full, so I'm excited about that.
They are, but you always tell me, and your marketing department tells me, there's plenty of parking at San Juan College.
We do have plenty of parking, but it's nice to see all the students.
It is, very much so. Well, there are a couple other things I wanted to ask you about, some of the things that you shared with the employees and faculty at the convocation that was held last week here on campus. And one is certainly always working on enrollment and student retention, and that's something that's important, I think, to all schools and colleges and universities throughout the country. And you have changed or revised some of the onboarding processes here for new student orientations to maybe help them make that transition a little easier. Is that the idea?
Yes, absolutely, and that's being led by Dr. Boomer Appleman, our Vice President of Student Services,
Right.
and Adrian Forget, Dr. Forget, our Vice President of Learning. We've been working on this throughout the year, and they plan to launch it this summer. So our new onboarding process and new student orientation.
And again, that is something that's maybe more unique to San Juan College than other institutions because of our student population and maybe our non-traditional students or kids that are right out of high school and adults that are coming back to school. Is that all part of what you have to think about when you're talking about a student orientation?
Yes, and nationally the statistics aren't great on how many apply and actually enroll. So we'd like to really close that gap and make sure that if a student does apply here at San Juan College, that they get everything in place, their financial aid, their scholarships, and they actually attend the first day of class. Nationally, they lose about 56 students out of 100, which is just shocking to me that that's the case, but we're trying to make sure that that is not the situation here at San Juan College.
Right, and the reasons can vary, I suppose, but maybe a lot of times it's just being frustrated with the process and giving up, or hard to say.
It could be too cumbersome. You know, other things get in the way, but we want to make sure that all obstacles are removed, even if they're personal situations, that we work with them to try and overcome those.
Sure.
You know, here on our campus we have a number of departments that work with students to try and provide that support. We have a food bank. We have very strong connections with our nonprofits in the community, so if they need any other type of assistance, we can provide that.
Right. And I know a lot of support for other students as well. You have the Veteran Center, the Hispanic Center, the Native American Center. I mean, there's lots of on-campus resources for students once they get here.
Yes.
And that's important as well. I want to ask you, too, about some conversations you've been having with UNM, the University of New Mexico, and some more maybe opportunities for partnerships between the two organizations.
Yes, Dr. Pamela Pyle, who's the Faculty Senate President for the University of New Mexico, was actually here a couple of months ago when we had our snow day.
Oh,
but she drove up here and visited with several individuals throughout the community. But she has this vision, I think she calls it UNM within borders of New Mexico is what she, and President Stokes, the new president of UNM, recommended that she start with San Juan College with her project. And what we're going to do is they're going to bring a busload of faculty from the University of New Mexico along with the president of UNM February 28th and March 1st here to San Juan College, and we're going to have a joint San Juan College UNM Day and have our faculty converse and meet with students so that they can complete their associate's degree here and then transfer on to UNM. And we want to remove any barriers that we may not be totally aware of. We're going to listen to the students and see how we can help them transfer, because we know that, you know, many students here achieve a certificate or an associate's degree, but they can earn even more money if they achieve that bachelor's degree, and we want to work with our partner here in the state to help students realize that.
Sure, and I think it's important maybe for the faculty at UNM to see how things work here at San Juan College, which may be a slightly different than how they work at UNM, and maybe these instructors have not been at a community college in a long time.
Right, and you know, we're very proud of San Juan College. It's extraordinary faculty, staff, and facilities, and I would like for them to see what a great place this is. Maybe they want to come work here.
Hey. There you
Never
go.
know.
That's right. See? Perfect. I want to ask you, too, a little bit about some articulation agreements that have been negotiated, I guess, from the college.
We're in the process of that right now, but we're doing course-by-course articulation agreements for our top 10 transfer universities this year. That's one of our strategic objectives. Based on where we're located here in New Mexico, Northwestern, New Mexico, not a lot of our students transfer on to four-year universities, and we want to really improve our transfer rate.
Got you. And this is working with four-year universities and colleges in other neighboring states, or mostly in New Mexico?
In neighboring states as well.
I see.
I actually just met with the new president of Fort Lewis College, and we're working on some agreements. We're very hopeful that we can announce some exciting things in the near future in partnership with Fort Lewis. and University of New Mexico. I've also been approached by the Vice President of New Mexico State University for Student Services, and she's interested in us engaging in a pathways effort. So they have
There's that word again.
Yes,
pathways, right?
Yes, we use it a lot here. At New Mexico State, they have an Aggie Pathway program that is extended to all of their branch campuses. So if you earn a requisite GPA, it's a very seamless transfer into New Mexico State, and they're interested in extending that to us as their first community college beyond one of their branches.
Interesting. And it's always amazing to me how these other institutions in the state look to San Juan College for these opportunities and to be the first of any others, and it seems like they would pick us because apparently things are running well here and we know what we're doing and it's easy to work with us to make this happen.
Well, we're very fortunate that they've extended those offers, but we just have great people here.
Okay. Well, it's good to know and good to see what's coming. I know there's a lot of work statewide from the higher ed department about trying to coordinate all the course numbers and course call letters and things like that throughout all the institutions of higher learning in New Mexico, right, to make them a little bit more the same everywhere?
Yes.
For folks
common
who are...
course numbering throughout the state. This was part of Dr. Dameron. She was the previous higher education secretary,
right.
And she had what she called a trifecta, and that was one of the major components, is making sure that we had common course numbering and that students could seamlessly transfer within the state, and I'm very thankful for her for providing that leadership for that important effort.
But that's a lot of work at a lot of institutions, right?
A ton of work, but it's been the work of a lot of different committees by discipline. We had several faculty that served on some of those statewide committees, so it's been just a humongous effort statewide.
I want to ask you a little bit about politics, but not too much. But we have a new governor, and so we have a new higher ed secretary,
yes.
And we have a legislative session starting this week, I believe. And so have you had any conversations with the new higher ed secretary or the new governor yet, or any thoughts about the new administration?
I haven't had any personal conversations with them since they've been appointed, but I do know the new higher education secretary that was the designee, and that's Dr. Kate O'Neill. Previously, she was the president of UNM Taos, and she was there for many years, and she's a very nice person. So I'm looking forward. I'm actually planning to hopefully meet with her in the next few days to talk about San Juan College and what we're doing.
Very good.
But I'm optimistic about our budget that we have here in the state this year, and hopeful that it will be a good, productive session. We recently met with our local legislative delegation and discussed our priorities here at San Juan College. And one thing that I'm really proud of is this year we have 3 different associations in higher education. So we have the Council of University Presidents, so that's all of our research and comprehensive universities. Then we have the New Mexico Independent Community Colleges. There's 7 of them, and that's what San Juan College is part of. And then we have the New Mexico Association of Community Colleges. And we've all aligned our priorities with each other.
Oh, interesting. So they can all speak with a unified voice, it sounds like.
Yes, for higher ed.
Very good. And you're optimistic about budgeting this year, maybe? Everyone says the state has more money this year than it has in several other years, and so a lot of folks are hopeful education will see some of that.
Yes, we're hopeful.
Yeah, very good. Speaking of which, graduation rates here are up and continue to go up. You've got to be proud of that.
We're thrilled about that. In the last 5 years, I asked Ron Jernigan provided me with some recent data that we shared with our legislative delegation. I also shared it at convocation last week. But in the past 5 years, our graduation rate has increased 115%. So we're thrilled about that.
And again, when we go back to funding, a lot of state higher ed funding, at least it's my understanding, is based on completion of programs and coursework, right, or course degrees here in higher ed. Is that true?
Yes, those are the 4 major components. It doesn't matter how many students enroll at the beginning of the semester. It matters how many finish at the end, how many graduate, how many earn what we call science, technology, engineering, math, or health degrees, and then how many students that were eligible for financial aid actually completed.
Okay.
So those are the 4 major components. There's a small dual credit component, that's the gist of it.
Gotcha. And in the minutes we have remaining this morning, Dr. Pendergrass, I want to ask you a bit about San Juan College High School, which everyone tells me, rightfully so, was one of your goals to bring to San Juan County and get all the other school districts to take part. And this is something that is, I think, the first of its kind, at least in New Mexico, if not the country, to have multiple school districts working with a college entity to offer something like San Juan College High School. And it is outperforming every other school in the state, to my understanding, right?
Yes,
the students are.
And we're just really fortunate to work with such great school districts here in the community, all 4 school districts. What I do not know of another one in the country that has collaborated with 4 different school districts. And the principal and staff, Don Lorette and his staff at the Early College High School, which is called San Juan College High School.
Go Griffins.
Yes, go Griffins, has just had extraordinary results. So they had the state report card that came out this fall, and we had the highest score, or San Juan College High School had the highest score in the state out of any type of school, even above the private academies. So I think it was a 96.99 was their score. So we also know that on the Park scores, they were #1 in math and #1 in English and language arts among all the public high schools. So, but what I think is important to stress is that in partnership with our 4 school districts, these students are selected based on a lottery. So they represent the demographics of our community, and we're not hand selecting the best and brightest applicants. They're actually just like a lottery, just like when you buy a lottery ticket.
Right. Well, that's a good point to make. And again, I imagine there'll be more students selected sometime this spring for the class that will come in the fall, right?
Yes, I think the applications generally open around February 1st, and then at the end of February is when they close, and then they'll do the lottery and inform through letters who was selected.
Very exciting. And again, for folks who aren't familiar with the concept of San Juan College High School, the idea is that these kids are coming to school here at San Juan College, and in addition to getting all the academics and classwork they need for their high school diploma, by the time they graduate in 4 years, they will have a certificate or associate's degree in another field of study.
Yes, the goal is that they'll have their associate's degree or certificate, but we've also tried to take it one step further. If they want to go on to a university, we want to have them admitted into that university, hopefully with a scholarship. And we also, if they were interested in entering the workforce, that we work with them so they have a job offer.
All by the time they graduate high school.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Yes, and this is all free of charge.
Right.
So it saves the families about $30,000.
That's a lot. And it's a great program, and as you mentioned, the students are living up to that challenge of performing very well and doing well on all measures, really.
Yeah, I've been peacock proud of them. They've surpassed any expectations.
Very good. Well, Dr. Pendergrass, we are out of time this morning, but I can't thank you enough for your time to come in and visit with me as we start the spring semester.
Thank you so much, Scott. I always enjoy it.
Thank you for being here. That's San Juan College President Dr. Tony Hopper Pendergrass, my guest here on KSJE.
Until 1846, the work of the